Hi there, and welcome to The Perspective on Burita Satu. I'm Blaise Hope. With me in the studio is Uncle MEHROTRA, founder and CEO of AbraResto. Thanks for joining me. How are you, Uncle?
Yeah, doing very well. Thanks, Blaise. Thanks for having me here.
Pleasure. What is AbraResto?
AbraResto is Indonesia's largest, fastest growing food and restaurant discovery app. It's a website, it's an app, it's a platform for food lovers to go and find new places to eat, new places to dine, new places to go out for coffee and hang out with their friends. Food and beverage is one of the largest industries in Indonesia, and there are new restaurants popping up every day. Just in 2014, there were more than 500 new restaurants, and if you take street food places, you're looking at one new place popping up every half a day. So we're looking at a lot of stats, a lot of restaurants coming up, and we're looking for ways to make it easy for people to find the next awesome place to eat, awesome place to hang out, awesome place to have the best satays in town, or whether it goes into the next Michelin chef restaurant as well.
To what degree do you mean, when you say it goes down to the street food level, I mean, how down? Are we talking about the stands?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We scavenge the towns that we are covering to cover street food places, those little satay stalls as well, not just high-end restaurants. Of course, we want to cater to a high-end restaurant, but you know what? I mean, we have to accept, if you go to Jogja, some of the best places to eat are actually those street food stalls. I've eaten there, I love it. So why should we ignore them? We have to cover them because we are on the lookout for the best places to eat, the best food in the country.
Well, what's the process for identifying places? I mean, do you have your set agents? Do they go out and look for food, or are they engaging with the community?
It's very much community driven. It's very much where we talk to a community of people, of foodies, bloggers, writers, or food enthusiasts in general in different cities, and they give us feedback. You know what? You don't have this specific place. It's really good. You should definitely add it to your directory, and then we go and add it. This is how we built. Currently, I would say we have the largest active database in Indonesia of restaurants. We have over 40,000 restaurants, which is actually, I might even dare to say, I would say we have more F&B places listed on AbraResto in Greater Jakarta than you would find on Foursquare or Google Maps for that matter. So when it comes to finding one go-to resource where you can find a listing of all the active places, we are the only one.
Well, what's the mission behind AbraResto? I mean, more than Foursquare. What sets it apart then?
Well, we go much deeper, right? I mean, we are a food discovery platform, a restaurant discovery platform. I use the word restaurant kind of loosely there because, like I mentioned, it goes in street food and cafes and bars as well. But it's a discovery platform where we want to map out all of the country's culinary establishments. We want the goal, the mission of AbraResto is to map out every single culinary hotspots in the country, in every single small town, island, or good destination, right? That's because, I mean, when I first came here, I was blown away with the diversity of the food in this country, right? This is not something which you hear about often in terms of Indonesian culinary delights. Is not something you get too often in menus outside of the country. With the exception, you know, in Singapore and Malaysia, of course, we have Indonesia Padang food restaurants. So that's the goal. That's the goal, is to bring that to sort of we make it very easy for the Indonesian traveler, person who's going from one city to another, to find the best place to eat at. Wherever he's spending his money, whether it's 10,000 rupiah he's spending or whether it's 1 million rupiah for his lunch, we want him to have the best meal possible.
How would you separate yourself from ZAGAT in terms of, well, how you operate?
So, I mean, like ZAGAT, when they started back in US, it was on a very similar mission to ours, right? But ZAGAT does their own rating. It's not user generated. So how we differentiate is yes, we select the restaurants we want to have on the platform, but really we want to go and have as many of them and let the crowd decide which one emerges as the winner and which one sinks to the bottom, right? So it's more of a crowdsourced reviews platform rather than ZAGAT, where oftentimes it's mainly driven by their own internal reviews. So we often debated, should we have our own review system and stuff in it, where we rate it ourselves? But even if we get 5 editors or 5 tasters or connoisseurs to rate or review a restaurant, it's still going to be a perspective of 4 or 5 people as opposed to a wide source, right? So we decided we're gonna let the crowd speak for themselves.
Just before we go to break, I do want to ask, what are the limits of the definition of something that could be listed? At what point do you say something, no, that's a club, or no, that's just not a restaurant?
Well, I mean, we do have clubs. We have Dragonfly. They serve food. They have very good chicken wings, apparently. But
the Jakarta Club.
Yeah, the Jakarta clubs. So we do cover clubs and nightlife scene as well. But it's more of a information source, right? So when we are promoting places to eat, hang out, and stuff, if we categorize places within our app in terms of romantic dining, good place to do lunch, business meetings, suitable venues, or night out with the guys. You know, we have these sort of hashtags where a user can go and do one click and find a listing of places for that.
I'll hold you there. We've got to go to break.
Sure.
But we'll be right back in just a moment with the perspective.